Hey yo, what is up guys, it's your boy Tware here, and this will be a video because, well, something has been brought to my attention which ultimately just breaks the game. And just to show you guys what it is and how much of an impact it has, guess what? Here is going to be one of the most massive bugs within the game that automatically destroys years worth of progress, and so far it has been around for a long time. But here's the thing, nothing has been done yet, and I'm not quite sure whenever this is going to be patched. So to put this under a big microscope, here is my platform, hoping to share it to you guys. So if you haven't already, make sure to like and comment on this video so it will be pushed to other people as well. So Vespa has to take note and has to take action to really patch out these nasty bugs that are still within the game. Starting off, we got ourselves a nasty document, 26 pages, and let's just read the first few lines. I won't be going over all videos and all bugs because then the whole video becomes way too long. So if you want to check this out, down below into the description is the document itself, and for what I can see, it's made by Trilobyte. So massive thanks for getting this nasty summary of whatever the hell is wrong within this game and its inconsistencies. But let's at least check this big wall of text. This document is written as a sign of protest. I am not happy with the current state of the game and seeing many other veterans leave the game over their reasonable frustrations. It is clear to me and many others that this game is being used as a fundraiser for other projects, yes, including the past anime and the release for another mobile game, Time Defenders. Oh, you guys want to see some fun? So supposedly this is the new Time Defenders game, and the reviews that are currently on Google Play, the number one not being good. However, with the lack of new content for several months and long periods leading to content drought, the devaluation of in-game hero progression through increasingly stronger packages in the special shop, the cash-only battle pass with exclusive artifacts, the forever unresolved issue with line pets, rehashing of all contents as our major updates such as challenge raid reworks and multiple rerun dungeons, and the numerous amount of bugs in-game, I was inspired to create a document for the community to read. Well, let's start off with saying a big thanks for giving this ridiculous document, man. It is filled with so many goodies that is bad. But let's start out with the most massive one right away, and that is the infinite gold ether. By far, this is the largest bug that affects every single competitive content in the game. Currently, there's an exploit to farm near infinite amount of gold ethers. This course destroys the economy of the game and leads to an unfair advantage. A user posted this image of the public. Okay, so if I scroll down a little bit, there's over 100k gold ethers, and how much time this really takes, I do not know. But let me take this into account, how much this amount of gold ethers will lead you to. Now, some people might see this as a flex, but in all fairness, I do not care about it. But this is the amount of A220 weapons that I have. For those of you who are unfamiliar with it, ethers are used to upgrade that one thing from a +0 to +20 at maximum. And to get yourself a maximum one from +18 to +20, you need yourself at least 1500 gold ethers. So how many do I have in about 3 to 3.5 years playing? I got myself a 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 soul weapons to A220. Now if we then grab ourselves a calculator, that will be 23 times 1500, and that is not even taken into account from the A0 to A17. We got ourselves a 34.5k gold ether. So what this person has in his inventory is roughly 3 times what I have. Now if you would take into consideration that the ether ticket box will give you 400 times 2, which is 800 gold ethers, will net you into the following. That is divided by 800 is 135, and times 26. Oh yeah, that's 3.5k US dollars. And as this is supposedly infinite, guess what? You can just get yourself an account with a ridiculous amount of items. And now that I got 23 A220s, guess what? I'm a quarter into the game. If this dude has 3 times the amount of what I already have, then you could assume that this dude nearly has everything at the 8-20 mark. So outside of the soul weapons that are still required to make anything to advancement phase 2, you got yourself at least all of the stats that you get from plus 20ing your soul weapon. So from what I know, the highest legit achievement onto a wave is 88 with a Selene team. And looking at this team 9 up to wave 95 is absolutely ridiculous. These characters aren't even supposed to do this at all. But this of course is mathematically impossible to achieve with these heroes that was brushed off as a joke. Upon further investigation, it was found that an exploit was being used by bug abusers in the community to alter the entered wave number that is known. You can go way past wave 95 with this exploit. This has been occurring as early stages as Eclipse was made client-side rather than server-side. Okay, so that is about 3 months in and we haven't seen a patch yet. So that might actually explain why I'm fighting all these 8-20 characters that I don't know the names of, and I don't know why people have this wide variety of a roster. But hey, who am I to judge on that? So just to show you guys an example of how this works, and apparently this is how it is. I'm not encouraging anybody to do this, but here is an example. And you just change the overall value to whatever it is. And then it suddenly says, oh, nice wave. Wave 69. And you can put in any possible value. Oh, by the way, you get 41 gold ethers. Do that times 4. That is the amount of what you are roughly getting anyway per ticket. Because in another funny state, let me pause it over here. There's a person that has cleared a wave of 5,554. What? Okay. Let me tell you something. After wave 60, you get what? Roughly 4 gold ethers per wave. I like this calculator. So let's just say that we got 500 and round it out and do this times 4 roughly. So you can get yourself what? 22,000 gold ethers per run? Or was it 5 times? I do not know, but I think this statement says enough. And after submitting a ticket to the Vespa customer support, they say, I understand you'd like to report a player who have been using the method to gain an unfair advantage. This is not even unfair, this is beyond repair. I can assure you, however, that the development team is already aware of the issue and are currently investigating the matter. I've passed along the screenshot as you gave. If you also provide us with at least the in-game name and the server of these players involved, that'll be great. Thank you for your time to report this issue. We greatly appreciate your vigilance in keeping our community fair and secure. Okay, so if this was the only bug and if it takes this amount of time to really fix it, it might not be as much of an issue as it already is, but we got a multiple stack because this is only page 3 out of 26. And with this single sentence, I feel so much rage dwelling inside of me, and not just the person who wrote this, who says, I feel foolish supporting Vespa with my money. I'm even more angry Vespa has the audacity to sell ether packs in the special shop knowing that this bug exists. Yes, I fully agree, and I don't think I have any other words that would describe this even better than just everybody should stop supporting them. Fuck this. But let's go over some PvP side of things. And just to show you a light emphasis that there is a difference from a left side and a right side. As you can see, the cars on the S1 is currently hitting what? 2 characters? 3 characters? What? But if you are doing this from the right side, you only get to hit a single character. But as Trilo is stating here as well, is that the right and the left side, which is completely random at which side you start, can be completely influencing the game's outcome. And it is not just the cars. Lorraine has a similar thing. We got ourselves Kane having a similar thing, where on the left or the right side they hit more characters. I'm not gonna be showing you guys all these videos. Down into the description once again is the document. You can check it for yourself. But bug number 3 is equally as obnoxious, because some soul weapons generally say that if you do damage then there will be a dispel. However, with units that have invincibility during that phase, if you don't do damage you don't get a dispel. Now this is nasty for many occasions, because if you might use a Lucicio soul weapon which dispels both him and other people, your Isaiah S3 will not get cleansed. To give you an example, here is Kazu's soul weapon. So supposedly after the Isaiah S3 skill, you can pop your Kazu soul weapon, and guess what? Nobody gets dispel. And a similar thing is with the Lucicio soul weapon, where everything is immune. And I don't think I'm reading this wrong, but it says upon using the soul weapon skill, Lucicio dispels negative effects from self, that is himself, and dispels positive effects from targets hit by the first resonating attack. Okay, so that doesn't work the way it is actually stated here. But there are occasions of characters that actually do make this work. And that is Norax's Glenwis, the Cars, Pavel, and Kane's soul weapon dispel can work without actually dealing the damage. So here goes, Isaiah S3, soul weapon pop, some breath, and everybody gets hit. Another neat one where Glenwis' soul weapon on A2 is actually not even working. So as Trila was saying, this you can only find out by getting yourself a soul stone 7 times to make it A2, which is $45 a pop, and then later find out that it doesn't even work appropriately. Because supposedly you should be cleansing yourself, and during that cleanse you should be immune to CC. This however doesn't seem to work. And a nasty way to show debuff accuracy, and voila. But another funny one that I really do like, top level PvP is a heavy focus on being fast. As a result, many knights use the TM gear skill upon blocking an enemy attack recovers 200 mana. This doesn't seem to be like a whole lot, especially because this effect activates only once every 1 second. So you need 1,000 mana to get 1 bar. Okay, so what if you would stack this, huh? You then get the following, and that is a Dosada that just literally spikes up her mana for no apparent reason for whenever she blocks. And although you might say, oh, this is intended the way it was, but there's an inconsistency with it, because there's a similar one that is increases dodge chance by 200, so if you dodge you will then also heal HP equal to 3% of your maximum HP. Okay, so this basically should increase your HP healing, but this is not the case. A broken one is Mothma T5 Dark, and just to give you a rundown on it, normally if you do Krisha S3, then it's a continuous dispel, meaning that after 5 seconds the Mothma T5 Dark would then be able to proc again. Guess what? Mothma T5 Dark is always there. And one of the most interesting ones that was brought to my attention is the Dakar soul weapon, and it basically says as Dakar's is a magical damage dealer, his soul weapon does physical damage. Nowhere in the description is this shown, but either way, popping yourself your Loman and your Lies to be countering any type of magical damage, which is not defense ignore, then you will be able to survive. Psych, Dakar's soul weapon will blow your nuts. Lucius S2, and I wasn't even aware of this one myself, but Lucius after his buff got his S2 extended from 4 seconds to 6, but in the last 2 seconds it doesn't even dispel anymore. The Mothma T5 Dark is totally crazy, because whenever you have a character combining that with some T perks which give you innate attack, you might assume that the ones with the highest perk and the highest attack would receive the T5 Dark. This however isn't the case, so the base value is the one where people will get it, and this basically doesn't include the T perks whatsoever. And you can once again say this is being intended, but it is inconsistent, because Heart of the Abyss, which does exactly the same, doesn't really apply the same way. And I could be going over many of these other bugs, because Ezekiel's soul weapon, once you get him into fury, he becomes uncontrollable, but combine it with a soul weapon and some extra stacks, guess what, you can control the dude again. Why? Why is this a thing? Estelle S12 is not affected by a CDR. Great. Once again, guys, thank you guys so much. It's currently already just past midnight. I have no energy to bring up any more voice, and I think I would wake my girl up whatsoever if I do so. But to put this under a big microscope and make sure that this has been brought to Vespa's attention and their highest priority, please put down a like or a comment or both, because that way the YouTube algorithm will push this video to everybody that is not even included within this game. This needs to be fixed, ladies and gentlemen, and if we do not take action, if we do not get this negative PR out, and if they will not take any action, we will see a rapid decline in players, a rapid decline in any future prospects that could be Kingsraid related. KR2 might not even be coming out if they don't take action. That being said, as one of the very last content creators that are still around for Kingsraid, I need to put my own thoughts into perspective as well, and I'd like to point it out that I am sick and tired. I'm not enjoying the game as much as I used to, and on a daily basis I keep reconsidering of actually quitting, because a game like this, which is not supported by both its players, its community, and its company, doesn't deserve any attention at all. And although it really pains me to say, because this game grew my YouTube account from like 5k subs to the 13k that it is, so it nearly doubled in a time which I could not even fathom. So as it pains me to say, I really have to rethink of me playing or even making any content on this game. So I would like you guys to know, what other games would you like me to play? Because I could even turn this whole channel into a single player content game with just me just yelling at my screen. I could be doing all sorts of things. I might even just pick up my art brushes and do some fan art for some stuff. So just let me know down into the comments what you guys would like to see as well. And I'm gonna sign off for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed anyhow, and I'll see you guys into the next one. Peace.